All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you here on a Wednesday at Rosie's Corner. 9 minutes with me all over IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you get on down to Rosie's Corner today for their Pork Wednesday. Yesterday was Taco Tuesday and the Ice Cream Social Media Night. And oh, by the way, a couple of days from now, that Fish Friday, that haddock with the mac and cheese or the coleslaw. Come on down to Rosie's. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and, of course, cruise night every Monday with those antique cars, and you can come down, listen to some great music, bring your antique car. If you don't have one, you can just come down and hang out and go check out all the rest of them at the lot. You'll have a great time down here at Rosie's Corner, right in front of the Brewerton Bridge on Route 11. It is the official pizza, wing, and ice cream shop of the ML Sports Platter. Get on down here, follow them on Instagram, like them on Facebook, check out all their specials and their themed food days during the week. Rosie's Corner, great job to Jody, Jason, and the gang. I want to talk about these guys on defense this year, the Buffalo Bills defense. My goodness, in the preseason, I chalk nothing to preseason football. I hate it. I think it sucks. But a couple of my major takeaways, the Buffalo Bills in the preseason, boy, it's kind of just like the end of last season. I think their defense could be absolutely lights out to the point where they could be a top three, and I mean that, defense in the National Football League. I think they're going to go into the season on paper as a top 5 to 7 defense as it is, but they've got the potential to be a top 3, and here's a few reasons why. Number one, look at the draft pick of Ed Oliver. Here's a 3-technique up-front tackle. They're going to ask to do a lot of different things. Stop the run, stop the pass, perhaps drop back for a quick bit and come back in, decoy, switch around, maybe trick some people in terms of going on the outer edge or going onto the inside. They're going to move him around quite a bit. Ed Oliver is a freaking monster, and he fell into the lap of the Buffalo Bills. His motor is absolutely ridiculous, and this guy has an opportunity, I think, to be a superstar. Now, there's a lot of people out there, the critics, who think Ed Oliver isn't big enough, he's not this, he's not that. I got news for you. Ed Oliver is fine. Ed Oliver is a little bit of a smaller defensive guy up front, but look at what we've had the last several years. Look at the two most dominating players in the National Football League. They are not the size of J.J. Watt. They are not the size of Reggie White. They are just not. They're not the size of Richard Dent or William Refrigerator Perry. Look at the size of Khalil Mack and Von Miller. Those are the two best defensive players in all of football right now. They're the new age, a little bit slimmer, but still super fit, plenty of weight, plenty of height, guys going after the quarterback and helping to stop the run. So I'm not worried at all about Ed Oliver's size. I'm more worried about systematic defense and the approach and him getting dominant right away in the Bills system. Now, when you take a look at the rest of the Bills defense, I think they did the right move, made the right move with Jerry Hughes. I think they got him extended. When you look at the market and what he probably is worth, the Bills probably got a monster steal there. We know that the Bills are going to miss Kyle Williams a little bit up front, but here's a team in the Buffalo Bills that if they can get Harrison Phillips and they can get Trent Murphy playing really well, and I think Trent Murphy is extremely important for this football team. If those guys can play well up front, you've got a whole new ball game for the Buffalo Bills. You are going to be deep. You're going to be even that much more versatile. If those guys play better, it's going to only help Ed Oliver. It's going to help Jerry Hughes. I think Jerry Hughes is going to be in a position this year where he doesn't see as many double teams on defense because the other guys are pressuring that much more. You slide back into the linebacker position. Right in the middle, you've got Tremaine Edmonds. You talk about a guy right now who looks like he's been playing in the NFL for 10 years. If you talk to Buffalo Bills players, coaches, media people, and some of the folks who've gone out multiple times at camp, Tremaine Edmonds hasn't missed a beat this year, and he hasn't missed a beat the last couple of years in terms of transitioning from one position to the next. He's now your dead set number one linebacker in the middle of the field. He's heading the defense. He's calling things. He's the leader. He's 20, 21 years old. This guy is unbelievable, and now he is your straight-up middle linebacker helping out the linebacker core. Look at Matt Milano, a guy who's battled some injuries the last year plus. I think he's prepped and ready to have a big year. He looks healthy. He's a guy who's going to be able to help you on the outside. He can drop back and chase the tight end a little bit. I think the Bills are actually going to be okay at linebacker. Then you slide back into the secondary. I think the Buffalo Bills have one of the top 3 secondaries in the National Football League. And in fact, I think you could actually argue that they have the best secondary in the NFL. Why? Well, it starts starts, obviously, with the safeties. You look at Micah Hyde and you look at Jordan Poyer. These guys are so good at covering, at helping, at leading, at tackling, at forcing turnovers, you name it. This team has got some major safeties. And then you look at the cornerback position, and you've got some serious guys there as well, led by Trey White. The secondary is really good. They're fast, they're physical, they're strong, they're versatile, they're deep. They've got it all going on in the Bills secondary. So I think this team, and again, they forced a lot of turnovers last year. I think this team could be even better than last year, and they could play their way into a top 3 defense in the NFL. Keep in mind, this defense was a shit show just a few years ago when Rex Ryan was the head coach. They were a top 3 defense in the NFL under defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, and then in comes Rex Ryan. He brings in his own people. He brings in his brother Rex Ryan brings in Rob Ryan, who's equal buffoonery to Rex Ryan. Those two guys are complete buffoons and clowns as brothers and as football jokesters. Great talkers and really big dudes who can eat a lot of wings, but they can't head coach or discipline to save their lives. And I think Rex Ryan probably, if he was going to coach ever again, should be a D coordinator. I wouldn't let him anywhere near a head coaching chair ever again. He comes in, he ruins the defense. Sean McDermott comes in, and they completely revamp the defense. What does that tell you about Rex Ryan? It tells you that he's awful at his job. It tells you that Sean McDermott is much better at his job, and now the Bills' defense has the potential to be a top 3 D in the NFL. Now, look, this Bills defense, they're going to have a lot of challenges, as we know. They're going to have the Philadelphia Eagles in October. Hoping and thinking as a football fan that Carson Wentz is healthy all year. I need these eyes to see it, to believe it. I think they made a big mistake not bringing back Nick Foles, but hey, we got to just throw the cards out on the table and see how this thing plays out. But you're going to have to face Carson Wentz this year. You're going to have to face Tom Brady twice as per usual in the division. You're going to have to play against Sam Darnold. You're going to have to deal with some major quarterbacks in the NFL this year as usual, and so the Buffalo Bills defense is going to really need to step up to the plate. You're going to have a road game at Cleveland and facing Baker Mayfield. So this defense is going to be counted on. Again, if the offense can just take a little bit of a leap, maybe more than just a little bit of a leap. If they take a leap, and the defense plays the way that they're able to, the Bills could be in the hunt and, definitely looking at a possible wild card spot. I think it's going to be very difficult for the Bills to make the playoffs this year, however, and it's very simple. When you look at this, the mapped out playoff berths, there's only 4 spots for division winners, and then there's only 2 wild cards. You could go 9-7 or 10-6, have a phenomenal year, and actually miss the playoffs. Think of it this way: the Patriots will win in the AFC East. The AFC North is going to be either Pittsburgh or Cleveland, or hell, even Baltimore. The AFC South depends on Andrew Luck's health. Let's say the Texans take that, and then the AFC West should be Kansas City, but the Chargers will be right on their heels. Boy, I'll tell you what, when you look at it that way, well, there's only 2 wild card spots for all the teams I mentioned that won't win the division. My goodness, that could be Pittsburgh and Baltimore and the Chargers and fill in the blank, maybe the Colts, all battling for the wild card. And if the Buffalo Bills are 8-8, 9-7, they could be finding themselves looking on the outside, from the outside of the playoff picture. But neither here nor there. I think the Bills defense has the potential to be elite in the NFL this year from a turnover standpoint, from a tackle for loss standpoint, from an everything standpoint. I think the Bills D could be spectacular. I'm Mike Lindsley. 9 minutes with me here, IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook. You can come on down to Rosie's Corner, the official pizza shop of the ML Sports Platter. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs. Check out the ice cream truck outside. Monday, cruise night, themed foods during the week. And, of course, this Friday, they have Fish Friday with your mac and cheese or the coleslaw. This place is tremendous. Rosie's Corner, like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.